Hello everyone on SpeedGaming. Welcome to another race in Link to the Past Randomizer Casual Boots Tournament. We will have a good race today. This is a three-way tiebreaker race between Specks, JP, and PH112358. So this is a Group B, all of them 4 and 2, and they're going to be racing this out for the top 2 spots in this race. I'm Pixcalibur, and joined on commentary by Blue Link, P3. How you doing?
I'm doing great. We got the treat of having three-way tiebreakers in this tournament, and the first 2 were absolute blasts. Hopefully this one will be no different.
Yeah, so we got 3 veteran players here. Should expect like high execution. And it's just going to be what the seed throws them, who can figure out the twist in the seed, if there are any.
Yeah, it could be a jet, could be pretzel logic, who knows. There are only 2 runners on the restream today. The third runner, PH, was not able to be on restream, unfortunately. But we will be keeping you updated on his progress. As Pixcalibur mentioned, this is for first and second place in the group. So the top 2 of the 3 runners will advance to the brackets. Alright, looks like we're off. And we are listening to Specks' audio. This is the Tyrian MSU. And we got a map check there. I think that was Pendant, Eastern, and Hera, and then Crystal Desert.
Yes, Red Crystal Desert. Let's see, Red Pendant is Eastern and Blue Pendant Hera. So they might talk to Sahad just to get the Green Pendant info. Let's see where that is. This will be interesting if we get to some of those clutch decisions. Left side swamp, Hera basement. You know, what are the runners going to be thinking here? Do they want to dip that, or do they just want to like ignore it and try to just go for more dense plays here?
Yeah, the metagaming can be a little bit different when it's don't finish third as opposed to you need to finish first. So you don't want to lose an item that is going to cost you the game, but you don't necessarily need to find something that both opponents miss to guarantee yourself first. Alright, some bombs. They're nice to have for Kakariko.
Yeah, so in chat, so tournament, we're just pretty much wrapping up the group staging. Just getting some of the last tiebreakers out of the way before they drop the actual bracket staging.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, finishing first gets you a better spot in the brackets. But of course, making the brackets, anyone can win the tournament from there. You never know.
Yes, and I think I know we definitely have 3 and 3 runners. I think even some 2 and 4s, maybe, because if you have one 6-0 and then others duking out with 2 and 4, and just because they're 2 and 4 does not mean that it's a walk in the park. Sometimes it's just bad brackets, the seeds are terrible, and so the record doesn't say anything.
Okay, the obligatory small key. Well, the map has turned up, so one more item in Sanctuary.
Pretty dry start so far, just scattered 20s. I guess that's enough for Bottle Fender, but that's about it at this point. Alright, looked like just a piece of heart or a heart container there on Lumberjack Ledge. Yeah, appeared to be heart container, but yeah, no AGA 1 for that reason. Yeah, we definitely got a better view of that one. Okay, 50 rupees, might as well pick that up. Never know if you might need some extra money on hand.
Alright, so looks like PH has also gone to Kakariko, so all three runners doing a fairly standard start here. Ooh, nice early sword upgrade.
Okay, so the AGA 1 picture intensifies a little bit. I'm gonna wait for a lamp to drop here.
Yep, it's the good kind of tension. This is what we like to stress over early in a race. Okay, powder and a glove coming out of the well.
So that's good for safety. Now, if they find a hammer, that's probably worth checking magic bat, and well, the bottle bidder just wants to go broke today, just handing us net gains of money.
Just priming us to get scammed even harder by Zora, right?
I mean, Zora's already in logic with those gloves. I mean, I could just water walk fake flipper to that. But that's a logical play with the glove in hand.
A single arrow in the library, nobody wants that.
JP going to blind check the race game. I believe it was just a heart piece.
Oh, Specks getting mugged by the mini Moldorm there, down to 1 heart. But no problem at all. Well, early blue mail is nice to have. Specks playing it a little bit safe there, not wanting to dash into the cucumber. Meanwhile, JP is going to check Desert Ledge, another 300. And Flipper's there in Ice Rod Cave for Specks.
I mean, still faster to do, like, water walks and stuff, but in this case, Flippers, you can just go with that. You don't have to do any fancy setups, but you can certainly get, like, Hobo and Zora Ledge. You can check that out, see what that is. The island is, nope, just some bombs. Don't care about that.
Right. Looks like JP, after going Dam West, is going to go to Mini Moldorm Cave and continue on.
At least there's no risk of losing fake flippers in the Waterfall Fairy Cave in case you get like a heart piece in there and you get our container. That happens a lot more often than you think. But this is just logical access now.
Yeah, it's always when you're in here that the piece of heart you find is the 4th one. And there's our lamp. So you know what that means.
Oh boy.
I mean, Aga is in logic, but we can go up the mountain first and stay in denial for a little while longer. Also, our first bottle there for the red potion on Zora Ledge.
Yeah, now if you happen to see like another sword dropping, then you start worrying about Aga seeds. And as usual, big scam. Losing 480 rupees there.
JP's stopping for some extra money here, because he didn't pick up the 50 in the woods. and also ended up short a little extra somehow.
So at this point, it's mountain and an eastern area. So I think that might be all that's left at this point.
Yeah, we've seen Nagina. We're going to see Nagina again.
And Nagina, I was wondering if that was the sank heart. I was hearing more than one heart recovering, but that. I was wondering if that was a sank heart by chance, but it doesn't matter, just restarting. It's looking like a mountain play from Specks.
Alright, the old man has some bombs. Alright, nothing we can do immediately on the mountain, but JP is going to go turn in the bottle first.
So that shield in the Spec Rock Cave, that's probably never going to get touched.
Regrettably.
Alright, Sick Kid with nothing.
Alright, Saha, do you have the goods? A hammer! So, we still need a moon pearl. That hammer doesn't immediately get us... Oh, wait, we can check Magic Bat.
Yeah, and with early powder, yeah. A lot of times, not all the time, but you gotta really consider, if you got early access to Magic Bat, you may want to get that check out of the way.
Well, to keep you updated on PH's progress, he's living a little bit in the future because of the restream delay. But at this time, on his stream, he was stepping into Hera. So, some interesting stuff going to happen soon, hopefully.
Specks hitting a bit of a jackpot with dipping Pendant Eastern for a mirror in the first check, so that's going to give him East Death Mountain, Hera Hera access as well. So that's that could be big on those checks there.
And JP heading over to the eastern area as well. Okay, green pendant Meyer, but we would have learned that as soon as we did the Dark World map check. Specks is continuing on in Eastern to the big key chest. This is in logic because we have the lamp.
And have they gone 1 or 2 items out of Eastern so far?
I think just one, because we've seen map and compass. Oh, JP is just saving and quitting out after getting that mirror. That is going to save him a little bit of time, actually.
Given the other item, just a heart piece in the big key chest. So we're gonna have both runners about even at the same point. Climbing up mountain, got mirror, got hammer. We'll probably dip Hera, at least the front part of it. Red crystal, going TR. Turtle rock for the other red crystal.
I did not catch the third pendant, but we do have a vanilla crystal 1 at pod.
I mean, the other 2 pendants are in the white world. So you have the green pendant was Meyer, as
oh yeah, we already knew that. Right.
We showed that. And yeah, Turtle Rock is the other red crystal. So probably not too much of a chance of Pyramid Fairy, but you don't know. It depends how the logic works out.
Ooh, lovely big key, small key start here in Hera. Okay, JP is out. Specks is continuing. Oh wow, that's big. The flute in Hera. So it turns out PH does have the flute, so he was up here in Hera.
Now, the flute doesn't add anything directly at this time, but that's good for later on. So GP, if that flute's needed, gonna need to get back into Hera at some point. Maybe wait for a hook shot. Oh, well, there's Pearl, so no Aga for this seed. Paradox Cave scoring the Pearl.
Okay, so there was a second shield on Moldorm. I saw PH with a shield and I got excited that maybe he picked up the one in Spec Rock. But no sane person would do that. Alright, Specks is going to be the third runner across the Paradox Cave to get his Moon Pearl.
Yeah, so that was a cape and a blue bottle, blue potion in a bottle, and at the uppers part of it. Lower part had the Moon Pearl. And yeah, both items are out of Hera, so luckily do not need to do any basement. Waste time down there.
Okay, Hype Cave with a fire rod. Okay, that's nice.
I mean, Nothing else besides that fire rod, but it is hard required. You got both Skull Woods and Turtle Rock as crystals. I'm pretty sure all the runners are very happy to see that Pearl take out Aga 1 from the equation here.
Oh, there's the book for JP. He's absolutely bailed out. That flute is still a convenience, but not going to hard lock him out of desert.
And to double up, that book gives a little more incentive for him to get back to the mountain at some point. Ideally, we'll probably want mitts, but now you can at least pair the ether tablet with this.
Alright, that early powder just leading to 20 rupees on Magic Bat. Half magic on Bombo's tablet. That is a nice thing to have.
Yeah, no one's ever going to turn down half-cost magic. That's pretty much free. And again, given you got a lot of your dungeons, Skullwoods, Ice, TR, all crystals, so that potentially a heavy magic use. So having half-cost magic is always a welcome sight.
Eight digs for a single rupee.
Now, when JP gets to Skull Woods, he may consider just got the mirror, can just pair a pet check on top of it. You always want to rule out something dirty like the ice rod on pet. That's always a possibility. At least in this case, it is a possibility. So you rule that out.
Yeah, Ice Rod, our Turtle Rock Medallion could be on Ped. And I'm not sure about anything else. Chat saying Hookshot apparently could be on Ped. That sounds right to me.
Yes, because since boots are considered logic for Meyer, so that's fine. Hookshot otherwise doesn't lock up. Dungeon-wise, really only locks up Swamp. In chat, yeah, a bow can be on Ped, but that's going to be silvers. You cannot have your, like, one bow on Ped and then the other one in GT. That doesn't work.
And by the way, PH has the first crystal of this race. He's beaten Mothula a little while ago.
Alright, so we got 10 bombs out of Skull Woods. I don't remember if we saw the other item yet.
I don't believe we did.
King's Tomb on Specks' end, just some bombs, so don't care about that. Checking Graveyard Ledge, let's see what this could have, if anything. Here, nope, nothing there.
Alright, well, Specks moving on to some Village of Outcasts checks while JP fights Mothula. Nicely done. Right, JP tying up the crystal count at 1 with PH. Ooh, red mail in Thieves' Town.
You're not going to turn that down. That's essentially free. And then with the mirror, no issues with having death warps or anything like that.
And Samaria in... that's the second item in Skull Woods.
Okay, that's a great find, so that's hard required for TR. And we've got pet check here, and it is nothing. So it's good to know that.
Alright, so 2 items in the front of Thieves. JP, though, chasing down that 10 bomb pack for the second item, has to go through everything in Skull Woods. Meanwhile, Specks has 1 more item in Thieves' Town to find. Actually, PH and Specks are about neck and neck right now. It's just PH has beaten Skull Woods. Oh, there's the third shield.
So at least we have shield knowledge. Red shield. Okay, I mean, that I can help doing your gauntlet climbs of blocking fireballs is nothing to laugh at there. It can be really helpful.
Great, nice blind fight from Specks. He's gonna get crystal number 1.
So
And
Specks at some point has to work down to Hype Cave and probably work clockwise, because I think the book was in K45, so I'm gonna have to work around the lower end of Dark World.
yeah, hopefully for him though, he might be able to get away not needing that book, if nothing is on either tablet. So PH has beaten Blind and is now up 2 crystals to 1 over the 2 runners on Restream here. The thing is, it's hard to tell which checks he's done or not, but he does seem to have saved some amount of time somewhere.
Alright, so JP is just gonna be cleaning up thieves. Parts of armor. Did JP pick up the... I'm trying to remember what the other armor upgrade was.
Wasn't that in Paradox? Or no?
No, was that, or was it a mini boulder, actually?
Oh, that's right, the other 5-item cave without the 2 extra ones. Yeah, so everyone should be on red mail now. Alright, Specks is going to get his fire rod here.
Interesting to see if he'll decide to check Bombo's tablet. It's kind of one of those isolated checks. Let's see if he's willing to go for that corner check to pick up the half-cost magic.
Well, he does seem to be zooming his way in that direction.
Yeah, good point in chat with that book that gives desert access from the front. So that's yeah, you might actually be doing that, because I mean, you got swamp access, but that'd be hookless swamps. They're kind of trying to avoid that as long as possible.
Alright, so Specks is going to go to Desert from here. JP had this option, but decided to continue his South Dark World checks at the time. And chat asking about Samaria. That was in the back of Skull Woods, and Specks did not have the fire rod when he went there the first time.
I mean, that's probably not the biggest deal to get back to. You know, it's a crystal, you can just rush it back. You could do pet check while you're at it. With that half-cost magic, Moth should be a bit easier to handle.
Right, JP defeating Blind and getting crystal number 2.
I mean, it's so nice to see those like clean, scripted blind fights. They've done it so many times, it's just kind of second nature. I mean, it's easier when you have some safeties on hand, but, you know, it's almost just like a muscle memory to be able to just pull all this off. There looked to be one item in the front. I mean, this is a red crystal anyway, so you're probably just gonna clean out the back.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like PH is in desert as well right now. He got half magic on the way, it seems. So he's a Skullwoods clear up on Specks, and he's most of the way through desert up on JP.
I mean, at this point, I think it's pretty close. It's gonna be curious to see where those mitts are.
Yeah. Those are locking us out of quite a bit of stuff.
Okay, so at this time, all our runners are in desert. Just gonna be just taking this dungeon out really quick.
Nice fire rod strats from Specks.
And just the other single rupee from Landmola. The Dig game, I believe, had the other single rupee copy there.
Yeah, for some reason I feel like I've seen the single rupee on Landmo an uncharacteristically large number of times recently.
I think, yeah, a lot of these seeds I've actually seen both of them. But we've seen both single rupees. We've seen the single arrow.
Alright, so at this point we've got no more clearable crystal dungeons, we can't do Dark Death Mountain, and we've done most of the overworld checks, so if you have to choose between Hookless Swamp and Bowless Pod, I would pick Bowless Pod. How about you?
Let's see. Okay, so we got Bolus Pod, we got Spike Cave, that is actually in logic. Let's see, I'm thinking what else is there. Yeah, Ice Mire TR not accessible, Dark Death Mountain not accessible. Ether Tablet, I don't think has been checked yet. So that could just get paired in with Spike Cave.
Yeah, that'd be a nice pair of checks. Right up there with Pyramid Catfish.
I mean, you do have Hookless Swamp. That is at least the front part you can check. So that's at least a number of checks you can go to. Not the most appetizing, but at this point, there's not really a whole lot that is really good to play.
Alright, so Specks and JP gonna pick up their respective third crystals shortly. Looks like PH is going for Ether Tablet, actually. Oh. Alright, land mode down for JP. Specks dropping into the Mothula fight.
You're gonna run Mountain, you'll do Ether into Spike Cave. Again, it's in full logic with Cape and half-cost magic.
Oh, this is interesting. Okay, JP.
Specks remembering still an item to pick up, which in this case would be huge. It's gonna be that Samaria.
Yep, absolutely needs this. Speaking of canes, we had a vanilla cane of Burna in Spike Cave. That is where it is, right? Vanilla? I kind of forget.
Yes, Spike Cave normally has a burner. And that should not be... they might probably going to end game that, but yeah, let's say Specks is... You're going to want to do Ether Tablet.
Okay, this is good for him.
We'll be taking a look at that in about, let's say, the next minute or so. See what's on Ether Tablet, but let's just say that you kind of want to do it. Okay, JP giving us a look into Pod. Now, Bolus Pod. Trying to think if they can use a potion glitch on the right side. Let's see. But Ether Tablet. Yep, there's your Ice Rod. So that takes out Ice Rod Hunt. And TR is... We really just need Mitts and whatever medallion, if it's not Ether. So PH is also in Pod. Pretty much almost at the same point that JP is at. Both doing their little camera tricks there. Making it look like easy. I mean, at this point, Myers not even an option. You still need to find Mitts just to even get access to that area. And
well, looks like everyone's going to Pod, but Specks is going to check Pyramid first.
I think the first chest was a small key, so it wasn't directly bow locked.
Yes, that's right. Oh, Specks is continuing on to Catfish.
Yeah, if one of these really out of the way checks, strikes gold, I mean that's huge for the runner who does the big check here.
Just from Catfish. Pod having nothing for us.
Okay, now checks are starting to get really thin here. Oh my gosh, what's even left at this point? Hookless Swamp. Yeah, that's not gonna be the prettiest thing, but I'm wondering if that might be all that's left.
Well, the lack of options is at least sending JP up the mountain to get his Ice Rod. He might get the flute while he's here. Specks is on his way into Pod. So some of the time PH saved earlier by skipping out of Eastern after getting the mirror, it looks like he's giving that back now. And it doesn't look like he's found anything else of consequence.
So JP getting the flute at this point rather than earlier, it hasn't done any harm. The flute really hasn't played in, especially without those mitts. That's still on the lookout for that.
Yeah, it would have saved him a little time getting to desert, but it was fun to watch him run through all the grass. Alright, Specks going for a camera unlock here. Has to use his blue potion because he's full on life. Oh, he didn't get it. Can he mimic clip? He's gonna try it. JP got the prize off Moldorm and then hopped off the edge so he could mirror out because he knows Pet is dead and doesn't want the pendant. Oh, he's got it. Nicely done.
Gotta have the backup strategies on hand. You know, multiple methods of doing this. If one approach fails, and then got the backups on hand and can do that.
Alright, so looks like Hookless Swamp is all we really have left here.
Okay, so let's see. What could Hookless Swamp have? Obviously, it could have Vanilla Hookshot. It could have Mitts. It could have the Mushroom that leads to it. A Shovel is still in play. A Bow, I don't think would help unless Potts still had an item. Well, Eastern has an item, I think, left, so Bow would be possible. Trying to think if it's just gonna be Vanilla Hookshot at this point.
I'm just thinking the bow to go back to Eastern would be the funniest thing.
So JP into Swamp, pH update on pH also in Hookless Swamp, and Specks might be going there next because there may not be anything else for him to play.
So this seed hasn't really given us much opportunity for divergence. It'll be interesting, because if we get Mitts, that does open options, but really Ice is where you want to go, because it's Crystal.
Yeah, this has been... I mean, there was maybe a tiny bit of divergence, but it all just converged back on itself. Okay, so there's Quake. That doesn't add anything at this time.
Yeah, not a groundbreaking find or anything. Alright, everybody is in Swamp.
Because just a vanilla or even a French vanilla hook shot, I mean, that's fine. You would just take that to the back of swamp. That's really all you have left. So you're just gonna follow that along. And get your
and then
next
you'd have
clip.
to find something. At least then you don't have to come back to swamp later.
Yeah, only sad thing is, yeah, no specky clips here if a hook shot's in the back, because that's what will directly block you from doing that clip. At least the way that we normally see it.
Alright, is this it? Nope. Gotta make another trip.
I mean, if we get like a mitts go mode or something like that, that should be execution, all execution at this point, because there's like no real divergence. You're just clearing crystals after that point. All right, so JP on to the big key chest and oh boy, there we go, French vanilla hook shot. Oof. So forced to do hookless swamp. I mean, you're just funneled into that, but you know that's actually in this case not bad, because you're just gonna take that hook shot, clear out swamp, and see what you get afterward.
Alright, so it's not really spoilery to say that PH has just defeated Argus.
No, I think we're still asking what's the next step, because the hook shot outside of completing swamp doesn't give anything. You're gonna have to find something else in here.
You know what? We've seen map and compass now, so there's an item in the big chest. And here's the big key.
Ooh, that's not a good spot for that big key. You're not gonna go back. You're gonna beat Argus, and if you find nothing, you gotta go back in.
Yeah, there's nothing left.
You have no check zone. Yeah, you're your last location. And offense isn't even that good. We haven't even found like a tempered sword or something to at least make things a little bit easier.
All right. We have a vanilla heart container. Okay.
Yep, that's a immediate trip right back into swamp. You've got to do the big chest. There's nothing left. Yeah, I mean, the seed is really just funneled the runners, because you have no choice at this point. Yep, you got to go right back in because there's nothing left to check. So, gonna have to be bow, mitts, or a fetch quest that leads to one of those two.
Very few options here. So I took a moment to peek at PH's stream, but... Oh wait, no, JP was already... Oh, never mind, I got the runners backwards. It's a bow! Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, this is Mitt's go mode, unless you need bombos by chance. But...
And we're not even gonna know until we find the mitts.
So, honestly, that doesn't even give much. All that gives is the back of Eastern And if Pod still has an item, I didn't count the items. If Pod still has an item, it's gonna be one of those two.
Well, according to PH's tracker, there is an item on the boss in Pod.
Okay, so there's 2 checks here. So yeah, you're gonna go Pod first because you can just mirror the Eastern if Pod is empty. Man, this race is just execution at this point, because there's, as you said, there's no real way to diverge this any.
Yeah, like there's really nothing left we could find that could send our runners on divergent paths, even.
Yeah, because right now it's Mitts and possibly Bombos. There's no way to know what TR is without Mitts. So possibly Bombos. But if it's Ether or Quake, the Mitts will put everyone in go mode.
So this is interesting. PH had to stop at Pyramid to check the item there, and JP's actually in the lead now.
Yeah, this is going to be close. This is going to come down to just who executes this endgame sequence better. Now, if everyone is going to get forced into a potential Master Sword Silverless, that's going to get ugly. Because who's let's say you get Mitts, you're in go mode, who is going to be willing to do Mitts checks, and then how much are you willing to go?
You know, normally I don't want to see Master Sword Silverless because there's so much waiting around, but now that you mention it, I almost do want to see that.
I mean, you got half-cost magic lamp, so it's easier to set up torch glitch. You can last longer. You don't need as much in terms of magic safeties. But I'm pretty sure all the runners would love to see, at the least, like a tempered sword, which would make this piece of cake at this point. Okay, does Helmersaur have anything?
Nope,
no,
it's Eastern. Okay.
Wow, that is a... It's just all last locations on this seed here.
So you called the French vanilla hookshot, and I called the bow getting us something off of Arbos.
Oh my gosh. So, yeah, JP's got to go back in Eastern. There's no checks left. There's literally nothing to play.
This is amazing. By the way, we have switched to JP's audio. This is the Tunic MSU.
And chat, yeah, I think it was a double dip Eastern, because if I remember, the mirror was in the front, and you need that to do swamp and get your bow and come back here to finish the level off. I mean, the pendant, you don't care about the pendant. It's what's on Armos.
Alright, Specks getting his crystal, tying up the count.
Okay, so is Armos just going to drop Mitts directly, or is it going to prolong the agony and give like a mushroom or a shovel?
Or mushroom into a shovel.
Oof.
I guess, well, the other way around makes more sense. You know, you can dig up truffles, I guess, which are sort-of-ish related to mushrooms. So JP's now the only one who didn't get the other item out of Eastern, so he's going to lose some time here.
this is going to be about even. Specks and JP. I think Specks might actually inch ahead a little bit.
Yeah, and PH is living about a minute in the future, but he's at Armos now.
So I guess going a minute back, he'd be about at the same point. So this is probably neck and neck. Like,
wow.
Literally, it is a dead even between the runners here. Oh, this is what we want to see from the tiebreaker. You're gonna have to earn your victories here.
Yeah, multiple lead changes, like Specks having to go double dip Skullwoods really felt like it put him behind, but he's somehow come out ahead here.
I think any of the double dips really didn't do that much harm. I mean, if Skull Woods, you did the front, and all you do is just go to the back, so that's not a huge issue. So, okay, well, let's see. What does Armos drop here? He's got to drop something for us. And Specks finishing off. Oh, no, it's just giving the mitts here. So that's Gomo. Oh, no, well, actually, no, not quite. You have to wait for TR confirmation. Because if that's Bombos, that's going to stretch things out a little bit.
Right, there's JP's mitts, very quickly after. Oh wow, this is intense.
So I think all the runners are at 5 crystals now. Yep. Everyone having... Yeah, everyone's done Swamp because you have to get the both of there. So I think they're hoping they get a sword, which would be very helpful. Or if they get Bombos, that is go mode at that point, because then they're guaranteed access into Hurdle Rock no matter what.
So JP lost a little time having to swim to ice. Hey, there's a shovel. But less time than it would cost him to go activate the flute. It's just not worth it, and hasn't been for a while.
Okay, yeah, that shovel, very unlikely that's gonna get checked. I can't see them running that. I can probably see them running Hookshot Cave. I think there's enough checks there that might be tempting enough to check that really quick.
Yeah, it's an interesting calculation you have to make, especially when you don't know where your opponents are. Do you spend that time hoping you find silvers? Because on Master Sword, they would really save a lot of time.
Yeah, it's in chat with the switch. Yeah, I think if, let's say, the first chest is the big key, then you don't have to hit the switch. Because you can just go to the big door at that point. It's not going to matter. You hit the switch in case you don't find the big key, because otherwise, yeah, you have to go all the way around. You won't... Yeah, you have to have the blue blocks down.
JP is making this check here. See, I think Spec's idea of just go-moding it makes more sense, because we have less than a 1 in 3 chance of Bombos being required for TR because of, conditional probabilities. And even if it is, there are only 3 items in Ice, compared to 4 in Hookshot Cave and 2 in Super Bunny, so it's almost twice as likely that you'll just find the key under the doormat if you need it. Oh yes, some chat pointing out these could be swords, which would make a big difference. So I guess both ways of doing this are valid.
This is tough when you're only on Master Sword. Now, if everyone was on Temper Sword, they'd be just rushing. Because the only thing that would be of any value would be Bombos. But, it is worth trying to take a few seconds, see if you snipe off a sword, or even silvers. Okay, so Specks going on their mountain climb. JP should be following just
It's
shortly.
Quake! Oh wait, that's spoilers. Whoops. I didn't even think. I was just looking at Paige's stream.
Yeah, so Specks will be giving us the scout here.
Oh, thank you, Maniacal, in chat. Sorry, what you were saying?
Oh yeah, I'm just looking at the chat, man. That is close. Oh my gosh, it was like was it a minute apart between the runners? I think they're tied even on.
Yeah. So according to
runners
Maniacal, PH and Specs picked up crystal number 6 at exactly the same time, 1 hour 8 minutes 16 seconds, and JP just math 51 seconds behind.
So that is Quake for TR. That's go mode for everyone. Oh, this is going to be tricky. Now TR, luckily you have to probably full clear it for the most part. Checking the laser bridge. That's gonna see if they're willing to do that.
Okay, small key, big key on the right of TR.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a nail biter to the end here.
Like, I feel like I should be saying something intelligent, but it's just there's not much to do other than just watch the race unfold. Oh, very nice chomps there from Specs. Oh no, JP! Like, every second at this point counts. Like, that hurts. Right, Specs skipping Lava Chest and Big Chest. There's something like a 3% chance that this could bite him if they both have small keys.
Okay, so that's fine. Specs is safe. Got one small key. This is... Yeah, I'm not sure if it's gonna dip laser bridge with this.
It is certainly a decision to make. And I'm sure all of these runners are confident in their skills. Like, they can all definitely do Master Sword Silverless Ganon. It's just well, Specs is gonna check it out.
Okay, this is interesting.
compass and map out here. Oof.
Alright, so laser bridge missed. So if JP skips laser bridge, that'll get back a little bit of time.
Right, here's Trinex for Specks.
I mean, even like Trinex with just Master Sword is just ugly. Yeah, I gotta get the value of that hammer out there. At least that does tempered sword damage. We're doing a good job. Wow, right through phase 1, just like that.
Really nice. JP's also going to the laser bridge.
Gambit Chew in here, the party of 13. Been in this bit of a nail biter for this three-way race in Group B for the top 2 spots.
You absolutely came at the right time. And that is crystal number 7. So it's time for a guessing game.
All right, big key, GT. What do we got here? 1 through 22 checks. Let's see if it is. If it's like in just like Stalfos room or rando. It depends who does like full rando versus dark magician. You know, let's see. What is Specks gonna do here?
All right, Specks is into GT. Okay, nice small key on the torch. Alright, Trinex down for JP. He's going to get crystal number 7. Oh, there's a sword. That is a very nice find.
Oh, that is massive. Okay, that makes this... Okay, this is all execution at this point. There's really not much in terms of trickery. Tempered sword, silverless is just whatever. That's just easy at this point.
Alright, JP is stopping at Hookshot Cave. PH also did this, and lost a little bit of time.
So, just a mushroom out of Hookshot Cave, so that's not much there. A compass room. Well,
There it is!
Big key, so that was checked, let's see, 5, 6, 7,
11?
11. I think 11?
Wow, we got a lot of guesses today. I think Pug Commander... Or wait, no. Wait. Wait, Pug Commander put in 2 guesses. Very sneaky.
Well, probably because the first guess was taken by someone else, so just
okay.
another number, so that's fair.
Great, JP mirroring. Gonna head to the right.
optimal play was probably the Dark Magician strat there. Because you could have just gone full right, but you would not have gotten that sword. And getting that, the Stalforce room is not that long a check. And going from Master Sword to Tempered is gotta be at least a couple minutes saved on Ganon. Maybe more.
And all 3 runners do have that Tempered Sword.
Oh, this is just this is gonna come down to the wire here.
Wow. Alright, JP about to get the big key and start his climb.
Now, I think they might check, and they may not check the Helmosaur chest. They might check the other 2. They're just kind of in the way. As if you just happen to snipe off Silvers, that just that little extra bit of time saved, or even the other sword would just make Ganon 1-1 free.
Nope, Specks checking both chests. Oh, having a little trouble with the bomb there. Ten arrows of the wrong kind. Here's Moldorm 2. Nicely done. Oh, this explosion takes so long. And vanilla 20 rupees there, but no silvers.
Let's see, Silvers, I'm probably just gonna say it's sitting in Mire. It's just there's no need to go there.
Right, here's Agate 2. Right, is he gonna get the triple-double here? Oh, not quite.
Yeah, a little bit of a bad pattern there. But that's fine. 2-2-1-1, so Specks is through. Aga 2 taking on Ganon. Just a moment here. JP just a little bit behind. Just rushing through the gauntlet here. Just very smooth so far.
Alright, PH has dropped into the Ganon fight, the screen going black at 1:22:33. And Specks is 26 seconds ahead.
Ooh. Again, I'm pretty sure all the runners are just glad to see this Tempered Sword because it's just so much easier.
Oh, the runners are glad, but I think it would have been real interesting to see Master Sword silverless. Very nice 1-on-1 from Specks, I think.
Yeah, he's already on phase 3. Yeah, because not only is it just more damage, but you don't have to do spin attacks. You can just swipe away with Tempered Sword. That's it. The Master Sword, when you hit Ganon, you just get so much recoil. Oh, okay, well, that doesn't help too much.
Pyramid Fairy, maybe?
There's a lot of spots. Let's see. I mean, the entire Mire, like Mire Shed.
Oh, good point.
I think Checkerboard, Smith Chain. Yeah, there's still a lot of places. I think, yeah, Pyramid Fairy's on there, so it can be vanilla. I don't think it's going to be Mushroom or Shovel, because I believe they are considered Light World checks. Smith is Dark World. I think Purple Chest is also Dark World check.
Right, I think this is the last spin. Nicely done, Specks!
right, get your GGs in chat for Specks, who's going to be finishing up this race here, and it's looking like, again, the time, finishing up 124 flat with a little bit extra, but 124. So he is the first place on this three-way tiebreak.
All right, JP gonna be fighting Ganon momentarily. Looks like PH missed the torch glitch, unfortunately, but he is in phase 4.
I mean, missing the torch glitch is not as bad with half-cost magic. You got safeties, you got tempered swords, so it's less punishing to miss it. Like, Master Sword Silverless, it's bad if you miss torch glitch.
Oh, yeah.
Really... Okay, Mushroom was just probably a heart piece or a heart container. Oh, another bottle on the shovel. Okay.
Yeah, we only found 2 of those. Alright, JP into phase 4. Gets the torch glitch. Missing the torch glitch, though, makes it really hard to get triples. Nicely done. JP's defeated Ganon. GG's to JP and to PH. PH did finish second with an official time of 1 hour 25 minutes and 38 seconds. And less than 50 seconds later, JP finishing with an official time of 1 hour 26 minutes and 22 seconds. Well, GG's to all 3 runners. What a spectacular race.
That was quite the nail-biter. Just a couple minutes between all 3 runners here. Oh boy. And it's really just execution, just a little tiny optimizations and stuff. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of variance. I mean, you couldn't skip double dipping Eastern. You had to do that. Yeah, there wasn't much you could do to really vary things up a bit. And we're gonna see if we can get the runners in for a post-race interview.
Hello.
All right, we are joined by Specks. JP is here in a second, hopefully.
While we're waiting, I'll go ahead and say, like the Blue Link Excalibur for comms, and Matt's it. I assume Matt's it for tracking. Appreciate the restream.
Yeah, GG's to all 3 of you. This ended up being really just an execution game battle here, because the seed logic itself was very linear. I mean, you're all getting funneled into forced last locations.
Yeah, that's made me feel good because I decided lately in tournament races I haven't had to get really tilted and playing like an idiot. Um, so today I'm like, just full clear, play correct, play what you know is correct, and don't skip anything. GG's JP.
GG.
Yeah, but this seed was extremely linear, but yeah, I didn't skip anything, I went really efficient, and I know that, execution-wise, pretty scary, so I'm like, I skipped full clear and everything as I went, and then I eventually realized as I got kind of, after like, the main route through View, I'm like, I have a bow for Pod, Hookless Swamp's available, I have a strong hunch Hookless Swamp's going to be required, and Pod's not going to have my bow, but I'm like, that's not worth taking a risk on. I might get analogic hook shot, I might be wrong in the logic, so I'm like, let's go do mountain check, let's go do catfish stuff. And then I'm like, I have to do pod, we need to put out the boat before swamp. Even though I figured swamp probably had the logical progression, it just wasn't a risk I wanted to take, and I figured nobody would, so it would be a bad play. So then, I pretty much figured that everyone did more or less the same plays, maybe some slight differences in efficiencies and some ordering. But like with where mitts were and where bow was, bow, hookshot, and mitts, basically meant that everyone was going to play roughly the same. Execution battle, as you said.
Yeah, I overchecked a little. I mean, the only two spots I had before I found mitts were pyramid and catfish. I didn't check those. I checked everything else by then. And when I saw mitts on Armos, I'm like, that's really bad. Because unless the other bow was on pyramid or catfish, then yeah, this is pretty.
I never saw the bow. I did do pyramid and catfish before going into pod, and it was all done I think with arrows and heart 20 rupees or something, heart piece. So bow was somewhere after mitts.
I mean, my other hope was maybe flute, if like flute ended up being required, but it wasn't. I never even activated it because I had never had a reason to. So.
Oh really? I activated it when I went to before I went into Vu the first time.
I didn't find flute until late. It was after fourth crystal, so.
No, that's fair. Doing a hero there felt kind of scary, and I felt bad when I felt good when I got the flute. But yeah, I definitely got helped out the fact that I focused over in the sea, but Hera and Eastern did feel bad when I went extra deep in them and didn't get anything beyond the initial items.
Yeah. I mean, if I find the flute, I guess on my first time up Death Mountain, maybe I save a little time. Like a little time with overworld traversal.
Definitely.
There's little spots I knew I could have maybe saved some time. I got booked and I went check the Bombo, so I should have just ran into desert right there rather than continuing on my path. I didn't think about it until later, though. I mean, at least I was able to go through Skull Woods once because of how I routed it. Because I started with Hype Cave and went up.
Okay. I see. Yep. That makes sense. Yeah, so I do the opposite, so the sea was kind of a little bit nicer to me, the commander for you. So I was able to naturally route Hype Cave into Bombo's Tablet and then Desert.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that would have been a little more natural. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I mean, it is just rando in the end, I think. I mean, like I said, just a linear path. I overchecked a little too much, and it's like I knew there was a good chance I was going to be third in this group, and I guess it came true.
It's a tough group, and I mean we all went even in the actual matches, and I mean this match we all went pretty close to even if the results have been eliminated. So I know another race the other day, GP, you'll kick my butt. So I look forward to more races in the future.
Yeah, same. Just a little disappointed, It's like I've been missing brackets a lot lately, and it's like I need to break out of this.
Yeah, sorry. This group wasn't too friendly for any of us three. Arguably hardest group in the tournament. Strong contender.
Yeah, that's true. Like this was like I looked at a lot of the other groups. I don't know. There might have been one or two other groups I might have put up there, but yeah, we might have been the toughest one. So
Yeah, I just even looking at the schedule before, I was like seeing you three up for the tiebreaker 4-2. I'm thinking, oh man, this is gonna be a brutal race here because it's just I'm thinking like all three of you are probably gonna be about equal skill, and it's just gonna be what does the seed throw at you. I mean, in this case, it didn't really throw much, and it just came down to pure execution, and it's pretty much was about even throughout. It's just
yeah,
it's very hard to pinpoint exactly. There wasn't like something that you lost 3 minutes doing something. This is just seconds here and there.
One thing I will mention, this definitely didn't cost me the race, but it may have cost me a couple seconds here and there. My controller was acting up a little bit. Like my L button was not cooperating all the time, so I had to do some extra menuing to swap my items here and there. So, like I said, that's not the reason I lost. Obviously, like, that's only a couple seconds, but it was frustrating me throughout the race.
No, I get that. I've had controller issues in the past, not recently, and it slows you down a little bit. It affects your mindset. I know you're gonna make an excuse, but it definitely affects you, and slows your time down. So, totally get it, JP. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, like I said, it didn't cost me anything. It may have affected my mind a little bit, but like I didn't have any big execution mistakes because of it. It was just little things here and there.
Yeah, because I mean, stuff at the end like checking laser bridge, hookshot cave. I mean, that's completely reasonable because you don't want to go in Master Sword Silverless and then your opponents somehow found a Temperate Sword, and that's going to be several minutes behind on a cannon
exactly.
fight.
Like I don't regret those. I don't regret the extra checks in ice or TR or even going into hookshot cave because those all made sense. I mean, realistically, I routed GT probably the perfect way, like going full left and then going left to Stelphos and then going right. That is probably the perfect way to route it because I got me tempered and then the big keys. So
I think all three of us are DM routers, so I bet we all did that same route. And GT paid off in this seed.
It did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
We saw.
I did skip hookshot cave. I did do laser bridge. In ice, once I found the first two unique items, then I started skipping the rest of the chests in ice.
I did check a few extras, but yeah, I didn't even see the third item in ice. Whatever the third item was ice tea room, and I was not going for that.
I didn't do ice tea, big chest, or freezer. I didn't the other forward. No, I didn't do map chest either. Just get map chest.
Yeah, because I think map chest had just 20 rupees. I think it was just iced tea that we didn't see. The big chest I think was a small key. Freezer was probably I think it was a compass or something like that. So really nothing much in there. Yeah, it was just after you get the mitts, it's just a rush to the end at that point. And I think once all of you, I'm pretty sure really when we saw that Tempered Sword, I'm like, okay, well, this is a lot easier now because it's Tempered Sword Silverless is very standard. There's nothing much to it.
Yeah, I'm happy to see that sword because like all three of us are pretty comfortable with Master Sword Ganon, Master Silverless, but it's like, and I'm pretty comfortable with it and pretty fast at it. My concern was, what if someone did hookshot cave or some other check on the way that I didn't do, and I got silvers or another sword, and they had a sword of silvers on me. Because I'm like, even if I'm ahead of that execution and routing and stuff, I'm like, I could just lose someone picking up a sword with silver. So when I got that sword, I'm like, okay, I'm barely losing any time to anybody on the Ganon fight. So that was a nice part, just knowing I wasn't losing time on Ganon. Yeah, I had a lot of fun in this group. It was pretty challenging. I think all three of us had a tough time, and eventually we ended up with a close race. I think it's a nice way to have gotten to end it. So I'm looking forward to playing PH and JP in the future, and hoping to have a decent run in the bracket, see how that goes.
Yeah, good luck to you and PH. Hopefully you guys do pretty well in the bracket. win the Brett. Just win it, so I feel a little bit better.
And for you, JP, I'll let PH win. I'll take second. Just for you.
All right.
And thank you. Yeah, that's all I have.
Yeah, thanks for the commentary and tracking as well.
Yeah, thank you to all three of you for putting on this race. This tiebreaker, pretty much what we expected, just like a nail biter to the end. It just came down to you go into GT, like everyone, all three of you are like really close. And it's like, man, this is just like within one big mistake here. So you got to make sure just stick to your execution game and just you guys have practiced this for a long time, so it's just all like muscle memory at this point. It's just getting that done to the end.
Like every little thing mattering. It was very exciting to watch all the way to the end.
Yeah. Thanks again for the comms, tracking, and restream. It is super appreciated.
Okay, so we're gonna start wrapping this up. So yeah, thanks to our three runners here, Specks, JP, and PH. And then it's a good tiebreaker here, very close. So as we're rounding down the last tiebreakers, get to the bracket stages. Looking on the schedule, tomorrow there is no channel assigned yet, but I think there will be one. So it'll be Thursday, 12 p.m. Eastern. You got Gem versus C Fate 91 in Group Q. They're 5-1 tiebreakers, so I think that's just for placement.
It does look like it's been assigned SpeedGaming for the channel, and we've got Clearmouse and Ravis on comms, two excellent commentators.
So we should expect a good match on that one if you're able to tune in on that time.
I think Specks' mic is causing an echo. It's really funny.
Okay, anything else you have to add, Blue Link?
As far as three-way tiebreakers go, this one was wonderful. It was really great that we got to have three of these. And I'm looking forward to the brackets starting next week, I believe. And yeah, thank you, Pixcalibur, for joining me. It's been a lot of fun calming with you. We've done a bunch of races together. Thank you to our tracker, Matt Sit, doing an excellent job keeping all the buttons pressed. And, of course, thank you everyone for joining us. We hope you had a good time watching this race. And we hope you'll stick around for some more races in this tournament.
Okay, so we'll see you guys in the next race.